Because local control is local control, and I believe that this issue very much needs to be decided by the community in which the book or books may be available. This is inappropriate. It's illegal for anyone else to provide this to children, and it should be for our libraries, the same as everyone else. They should not be exempt for pornography.
Clerk will unlock the machine. Members cast their votes. Has every member voted?
Well, every member but two, as you see right there. And House Bill 314, as amended, passed the House 42-26 and was sent off to the governor's desk for his possible signature. That vote took place on March 31st, the penultimate day of the last legislative session. House Bill 314 would have made it so any parent of any kid who gets their hands on obscene or harmful material in a library could sue that library or school for $2,500 in damages. Would have, because while it was sent to the governor on March 31st, he vetoed that bill on April 5th, and the House didn't have enough votes to override it. But on that same day, March 31st, the same day House Bill 314 passed the House, the Idaho Falls Public Library Board got together for a meeting. And at that meeting, they not only crafted a letter asking the governor to veto the bill, they began making moves to nip this issue in the bud. As Republican Representative Lori McCann put it, by way of local control, as a community. To do so, they felt compelled to preserve the First Amendment and protect the rights of all taxpayers and users of the library to not just remove books from the library, but they also wanted to have more parent involvement. So last month, they decided on and implemented a new policy when it comes to library cards. How? Here's Andrew Bartline.
Reading can be an entry point to a new world.
And this is an M-E. I've got to correct this.
In this world,
the AI thinks that that letter is an I.
It's translated by a computer.
Jour, which means day.
Hartley Miller makes a living correcting the mistakes.
It was developed to read Latin manuscripts,
preserving the original stories.
The character is saying, I can't live another day unless I can convince this lady to fall in love with me.
And Hartley's convinced all stories you find here have value.
Some of my first exposure to books, to reading, to the world of imagination was right here in this building.
But the content in Idaho libraries are in question, starting with the Meridian Public Library, where a citizen group petitioned to dissolve the district altogether.
Take pornography on the internet as an example. I mean, it's relatively easy for kids to get their hands on that kind of thing, and I can't even believe we're having this conversation, honestly.
But the conversation actually isn't new at all.
As long as I've been in libraries, this has been an issue.
Robert Wright is the Idaho Falls Public Library Director and has been for 19 years.
We don't want to be the parent. We don't want to tell you what's right for your family.
Which is why his board adopted a new policy. It states 2 library cards are available for children under 18 years old. An unrestricted card to check out all library books except for adult graphic novels, and a restricted card where the kids can only check out materials on the first floor.
I think it works well. I think it's a good way to serve the community. It allows parents to make the choices they want to make.
It's a compromise.
It doesn't infringe on anybody's rights.
Capital N.
And on the surface,
it doesn't seem like a bad policy to me.
It has Miller's full support until she reads between the lines.
What's the cultural moment that this is coming out of?
The library says this policy is a direct response to House Bill 314, vetoed by Governor Brad Little. It would have held libraries financially accountable for providing inappropriate books to minors.
Here's something interesting.
The bill partially defines that as homosexuality.
If it's a cultural moment of coming out of discrimination and homophobia and transphobia, then I really am not in support of that.
Numerous lists from library districts have been published in Idaho and outside of the state about books that they see challenged regularly, and there are common denominators there. Even this year, the Ada Community Library, I think there's 4 of them, if I'm not mistaken,
right.
Brian, 4 different locations.
3 in Boise, 1 in Star.
Yeah, well, they came out with a list very recently of 6 books that we understand that they have removed from their library as well, and there are common denominators between those books.
Yeah, going off what she just said coming out of your story there, there's a theme there. Of those 6 in the Ada County Community Library, there seems to be 4 or 6 of those directly related to LGBT community, marginalized groups, minorities, people of color. Those seem to be the list. And we look at Nampa School District back in 2022. They took 24 books, removed them permanently from their shelves. CUNA School District, 25 books under restricted access, put them behind the shelf. And again, a vast majority of them having to do with these themes.
Yeah, exactly. And those 6 in the Ada Community Library, the 4 or the 2 that don't have to do with LGBTQ content, it is people of color. So it is a little interesting when you try to break that down. And I guess this compromise here is maybe we don't ban the books and remove them.
Right.
Put the parents in a position to choose which card their kid gets. That card determines what they have access to.
And it seems like a good step for Idaho Falls and any other library that may do that. We've reached out to a couple to see maybe if they're considering those kind of steps as
Idaho
well.
Falls says other library districts have reached out to them and asked questions about it and how it works.
All right, we'll see how that plays out. Thanks, Andrew.